challenges can come across with this kind of initiative across multiple dimensions. There could be a people change aspect of it, there could be the process change aspect of it, and then there's of course the technology change aspect of it. I think we've faced challenges in all of these dimensions. In addition to that, we also had this issue of where the systems were tightly integrated with other systems, so we had to address the integration aspect of it, where we were not initially planning to move everything en masse into the cloud. So we're thinking about doing that in iterations. But early on, we discovered that we had to there's about 5 or so systems that were so tightly integrated that we couldn't really just take AX and move it to Dynamics in the cloud. We had to move these other systems to their respective cloud instances as well. So it turned out to be a project much larger than what we had anticipated.
The old AX system used AIF. That's gone completely, so none of our integrations really ported over to D365. They all had to be rebuilt. We tried more to preserve as much as we could with the integration side and make it work with D365, where really we're seeing now that we needed to re-engineer the integrations themselves to work with the data entities and OData and things like that. So yeah, there was definitely a big learning curve jumping from the old way to the new way, but now that we're understanding it, we're trying to change our integration tools to ones that support the use of data entities better. Hopefully it's going to get a lot smoother quickly. Make sure that whatever you're using as your integration system is capable of working with those. With D365 itself, it's just get people in there and using it as early as possible, because there is that learning curve. It's not big, but the sooner you get them in there, the easier it's going to be for them to actually start testing and making sure their processes all work. We didn't resource up within IT. It was the same group of people supporting our production system and working on the migration to D365 at the same time. That was definitely difficult.
Yeah, it's true that Microsoft has put a lot of thought into this, and also is putting a lot of thought into where they're taking their suite of products. I'm sure there's a ton of evolutions that they're thinking about, but I'm going to focus just on Microsoft D365, right? Just that ecosystem has so many different modules and features and functions that enable different parts of the business that we do not use today. So if we've invested so much money into this particular ecosystem, my belief is that we should try to maximize how we use that system to the best possible extent. So for example, there could be things that we could do with warehousing, and maybe there's efficiency we can bring about within invoicing or payments or accepting payments or things like that, which we could do today, but what we could do differently or better. That's what we'll focus on immediately. Out of the chute, the kind of feedback I'm hearing is that the user interface is very rich, very different than what we used to have before with AX on-prem. It is easier to navigate. It also gives you so many possibilities on how you could do things, and there's always like 10 different ways to do the same thing, which is again sometimes overwhelming, but they are quickly seeing that potential and saying, oh, well, I could customize this, I could set it up in a way where it works for me and it works better for me. So the more they do that, the more they learn, the better it gets.
Obviously, moving up to a modernized architecture with servers in the cloud is going to eliminate that year-on-year lag that seemed to happen with AX as it filled up and everything slowly got slower. That should be gone. The fact that we have to, the business has no choice but to go through these periodic upgrades is going to bring in more features that Microsoft keeps introducing. Those will be big areas. I think the way that we can now bring in external systems and display them or link more directly to them from within D365 itself, being able to bring in Power BI reports inside D365, just have a button inside D365 to link out to Power Apps will be a huge help as well. One place for people to go to get all their business needs.